So I sort of have been a little bit amazed how few changes the conversation needed. In some ways, it had to remain set in the spring of 2016. That was always clear, because one huge thing that has changed is sort of what Kimberly was talking about, of do they stay in the conversation? And I do think that we've all become so familiar with the cycle of disagreements going nowhere that we back out of conversations a lot faster than we used to. That it's like, okay, we're done. You're not, hitting 3 important points, and I'm not going to waste my energy on you. And so it had to remain set in this time when they both are pretty sure that they'll convince each other and pretty sure that this can go well. And that had to be the spring of 2016, because we have moved on.
Now I feel like when we watch the play, it's like, hey, world, this conversation is not brand new. It's been happening for a long time. People have had these feelings for a long time. These are not new feelings that Zoe is even having in 2016 in the play. Like, and to understand the longevity and the timeline of pain, of oppression, but also of the lack of listening and the lack of shoving conversations aside to just sort of like make nice and move forward, I think is really resonant now.
It's a dangerous time, and this is a play that ignites those thoughts and makes you look at yourself and makes you look at your place in the world. I mean, every time we had talk to the audience after the play, we were asked as human beings, not just as actors, where do you stand on this?
I can't tell you at that point, March 2020, May 2020, how many people would recite to me lines from the Niceties, because it is so poignant and so time specific right now. I mean, we thought it was time specific in 2018 when we did it. Who knew that in 2020 and 2021, I'd be like, my God, why didn't everyone watch the Niceties when we did it 2 years ago?
They're both kind of in a pick your own reality, pick your own facts, that of course is like just where we're starting to get to now as a country, where it's like, I pick this news organization, you pick that news organization, and we're just going to believe 100% different facts about the exact same event.
Part of what is exciting, I think, as an audience member and also as a director, is to like see two people who are at the top of their game slowly get like chiseled at over the course of the play, where they like start to crack and they hold the mirror up to each other. And it's like, no, you're not great. This is what I see. I see a student who edited her paper on a computer and not on paper. Oh, I see a professor who says race is shit.
Especially in Act 2, when Zoe has spent her time inside and has spent her in a dark hole, literally and figuratively, probably. I could relate so much closer to that now than I could 2 years ago, when we had not ever spent a year in quarantine. And I know that feeling of being inside and feeling like there's just no way out.
Everything they're grappling with, we are still grappling with. And that question of, well, how do we fix it? They begin to grapple with in Act 2. We don't have that answer. So those possibilities that they raise are still very much what we're trying to figure out.
I still say to them, like, which I've been saying to these two ladies for years, like, maybe today's the play doesn't end the way it ends. Like, maybe today is the day that you two find a way to talk to each other. And that's one of the most like beautiful and challenging aspects of making this play, is that both Zoe and Janine have to continuously almost hit a reset button to try to find a way to each other in the play.
I was so happy to do this. It was so, it came at just the right moment. I feel like we started our engines and got them going, and now, I can't wait for the next thing.
I'm very happy that we came back. We all laughed our first rehearsal. Like, this play for me has been so much of, has really started my career and then has kind of stayed with me. But I have lived so much of my life doing this play.
And it's such a play that's so universal, that's about experiences around the country. It's about student experiences. I hope that a college student in Kansas can see this. I hope that a college student in Northern Maine can see this. I hope people can see it internationally.
What has been super cool, and I feel very grateful for the fact that we were able to do this show, and I'm so grateful for Manhattan Theater Club to like give us this opportunity, because this story actually needs to be heard right now, this minute. And the fact that now, no matter who you are, anywhere in the world, people are going to have access to hearing this story and be able to have conversations about it is so thrilling to me.